What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Other Half Brewing Company, and they're out of both Brooklyn and Rochester, New York. And this is their Mixed Berry Crunchee. So they're calling this an Imperial Berliner Weisse that is brewed with blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, boysenberries, toasted coconut, vanilla, maple syrup, cinnamon, almonds, and lactose. Comes in at 7.4% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review, this can is just over 3 weeks old. So full disclosure, I've already had this one. I actually split a can with a friend, and I also had it on tap at the variant of this on tap at the 2019 Shelton Brothers Festival, where they added marshmallows to it. And listen, I gave it a 5 out of 5 both times on tap. Now, the issue is that I had it at the Shelton Brothers Festival, and my palate was shot. And then I split the can with my buddy after the Shelton Brothers Festival, where my palate was also shot. So we'll see what I think about this one on a fresh palate. But the Crunchee series, I have reviewed their Raspberry Crunchee, which was a contender and is a contender for Beer of the Year in 2019 for me. It was amazing beer. And then I did their Chocolate Cherry Crunchee, which was also quite delicious. And yeah, the Crunchee series just is amazing. If you've never had one and you can get your hands on any of the Crunchee series, give them a go, because they are a completely different beast when it comes to these like pastry sours. But anyway, let's crack this one open, get it into a glass, and see if I still like it as much as I did about 2 weeks ago. Is when I had, maybe it was about it's timer's review, maybe like, actually it's been about 3 weeks. So almost 3 weeks ago I had this. So yeah, look at that color. It's fantastic. These Crunchee beers are just, man, there's something else. Everybody that I've ever shared a Crunchee with or given a Crunchee to, they're always like, I don't even know what's going on. The flavors are delicious. I can't even tell you it's beer, but in a good way. Now, they say Imperial Berliner Weisse 7.4%, not really imperialized when it comes to like, you know, just the style that you would think, but most Berliners are like 4 or 5, so 7.4 kind of makes sense. Anyway, pours out like this purplish, it's just straight up purple. Purple has a light pink, almost like full-on pink, light purple head that was quite creamy looking. It is dissipated to a thin film. So many ingredients in here. It's probably like the toasted coconuts doing the coconut oil, but the head is dissipating to almost nothing. But yeah, it looks like what you'd expect a Mixed Berry Crunchee to look like. I mean, yeah, it smells like a bowl of granola that you would have with a bunch of different mixed berries in there. And it's just, it fucks with your mind a little bit, at least mine. Like I'm drinking it, I'm smelling it, and I'm just like, this isn't really beer, but man, does it smell phenomenal. I'm getting the maple, cinnamon, vanilla. I'm having this relatively fresh. All those adjuncts are popping. Yeah, that's cool that maple and the cinnamon and the vanilla are showing up. All the berries are in here. More of like a boysenberry on the nose, raspberry than say blueberry and blackberry. Oh man, listen, this smells just as good as the Raspberry Crunchee. It smells just as good as any Crunchee I've had. I've only had 3, but just like as far as any pastry sour goes, this is up there with some of the best when it comes to the aroma. So can't really sit here and say much more. It smells like a bowl of granola with a bunch of mixed berries, maple on it, vanilla, cinnamon, the whole 9. So yeah, let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, it's a 5 out of 5. Still a 5 out of 5. Doesn't fucking matter. My palate's shot or my palate's not shot. This is a 5 out of 5. I don't need to make this review all that long. Mixed berry granola. That's what this is. Or like a mixed berry crumble would be maybe more appropriate. I don't know if I'm going to post this review before the other like kind of pastry sour I have from them, which is their Miss Fruits, and that was the mixed berry crumble. This tastes more like a mixed berry crumble than that beer did, and that beer was quite tasty. This beer blows it out of the water. Body on this one, it's like higher side of medium body at 7.4%. That's impressive. It's almost approaching low full. Has like this isn't like a slushy or like a fruit smoothie kind of sour that a lot of these places are doing, like 450 North and Mortalis and The Answer and whatnot. This is, we'll say higher side of medium body we'll go with. The mouthfeel on this one, soft, smooth, creamy, but it has carbonation, so it's slightly undercarb, but like I feel like it's on purpose. Yeah, just on purpose. But when I say undercarb, I mean just like just underneath moderate carbonation. But the taste, man, I just want to sit here and drink this. I mean, I'm reviewing it, but there's not much more to say about it other than like picture a bowl of granola with mixed berries and the maple, the vanilla, and all that stuff in there, whether it's from the granola itself, like, or you know, you're dumping maple syrup on it, which I doubt a lot of people do, but it's just all the adjuncts are in here. I'm getting everything. Maybe the almonds are the only thing, and it's the second to last ingredient. But yeah, I'm getting all the berries, which blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, boysenberries. I'm getting the coconut, I'm getting the vanilla, maple syrup, cinnamon. But yeah, and I'm actually getting more coconut in here and more of the cinnamon than I did in the prior crunchies I had. I think the raspberry one, I really didn't pick up on a lot of maple syrup or cinnamon, and this one I'm getting a decent amount. It finishes slightly tart, like ever so slightly tart, but this is a sweeter beer. Like, if you were doing this blind, you might just say, okay, this is like one of those pastry sours or has a slight tartness, so I'm going to say it's a sour base, but it really isn't sour. It's more like a light tartness. Yeah, listen, it's fucking delicious is what this is. Delicious beer, and there's not much more I can say about this one other than it's fucking just dynamite. And all three crunchies I've had have been amazing. Raspberry, and this has been my favorite. Missed out on the blueberry originally, and as I am shooting this review in a couple days, they are releasing a pumpkin spice crunchie. I want to try it. I won't be able to make it to the brewery for the release, but hopefully I can get my hands on a can to review because that sounds crazy. But I just like, listen, this is an amazing beer. If you liked any of the prior crunchies from Other Half, you're gonna love this one. And if you've never had a crunchie, you gotta try one. You gotta trade for one. You gotta do whatever you can to grab one because they're such a different animal that it's kind of just scary. But anyway, Mixed Berry Crunchee from Other Half. It's a fucking 5 out of 5. That's what that is. It should be for, I mean, the marshmallow one I had on tap at the Shelton Brothers Festival was just as good as this one. It had like a little bit of that marshmallow, more of like a vanilla spike to it, but I liked it just as much as I liked the one I shared with my buddy, and now the one I'm reviewing here. They're just delicious beers. Price point and availability, I think these are $22 a 4-pack. Yeah, I'll pay that every day, $5.50 a can for this. This is an amazing beer, so for $5.50 a can, yeah, all day. And then price and availability, usually brewery only, Brooklyn or Rochester, but I actually picked this up at Coulter Bay, which is a craft beer bar in downtown Buffalo. They did a mobile can release the day of the Shelton Brothers Festival on Friday. Right before that was like October 4th. And they still had stuff left when we showed up after the festival at like 10:30 at night, or like, no, it was like maybe like 9:30, 10 at night, and I shared a 4-pack. I should have bought a complete, 100% should have bought at least one 4-pack, if not 2 4-packs for myself, but I split a 4-pack. They had 5 different beers, we split a bunch. I ended up still spending whatever was like $60, $70 splitting the 4-packs, but I should have bought at the very least an entire 4-pack of this because this is stellar stuff. So yeah, I'm done, I guess, waffling on about how great this beer is. If you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. 7.4%, I get a little bit of a warming into the stomach, chest and the stomach, but on the palate, no. These are scary drinkable. These are delicious. They are on the sweeter side, so be forewarned that if you don't like sweeter beers or you don't like sweeter sour beers, again, more tart than sour, you might not like this one, but at the end of the day, it's a fucking amazing beer. I love it, and I'm glad I got a chance to review it. So appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review, and until the next one, cheers.